What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to talk about the God of War Ragnarok sales. They actually showed it, and we've talked quite a bit about this actually in the past of, what's up with not just Sony, really. A lot of games haven't really talked about their sales as of late, right? Like, we don't know Horizon. We don't know Gotham Knights, let's say. God of War up until today, we didn't know. So it's good to see the number, not just to see the number, but holy dear God, it's record breaking. That's the whole point, right? So 5.1 million copies sold through its first week, 1 week of it being out. It's the fastest selling first party launch title ever. It beats The Last of Us Part 2, it beats God of War 2018, it beats, Uncharted, all of that stuff. And then God of War, it's a franchise record, for which, I don't ever understand them putting that one in, any company, not just this graphic. But, if you're the fastest selling game of any Sony first party game, obviously you're the fastest selling of your own franchise, because you kind of have to be, right? But no, I mean, spectacular, really is. It's absolutely insane numbers. And we could all, this is a thing, right? Like, we all kind of saw this coming. Now, I don't know if we saw 5.1, right? The previous record, and now I don't know, because they were stretching it to a week, so they let it go for a week. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the last couple milestones or records was Part 2, Last was Part 2, and God of War 2018. Those two kind of went back and forth, and they sold around, let's say, 3. I think it was 3.1 and 3.3, somewhere in that range. But I think it was over the first 3 days. So they extended it. So maybe this game didn't sell 3.3 in the first 3 days, but obviously maybe it started at 2.5 or 3 in the first 3, and then it sold 2 million the next 4 days to make it a week. So kind of odd that they extended, the thing. They kind of changed the metric of where they're measuring it. But ultimately, we know because of the graphic that Last was Part 2, it hit 3.3 in the first however many days, but it didn't hit 5 in the first week, right? So it stopped after, or at least it slowed down after that. So again, we kind of saw this coming in terms of how big this game was. I mean, it did seem like everybody on planet Earth, right? That's an exaggeration, but a lot of people were going to get this game, right? But again, to do such big, like, I thought it would break the record. I did. You could kind of feel it online. You look at the views on all of the, anything really that they showed of this game, you knew it was going to be big. So I thought probably 4 million. I was thinking, maybe you'll beat it. You probably won't beat it by 1 million of the past record, but you might get to 4. And then, it gets a million more than I thought it was going to get. So pretty impressive. And I tweeted that I don't even know, like, what's the next game that Sony has. You could maybe say other games from other companies, but what's the next game Sony has that could beat this? I guess Spider-Man 2 is probably the only, maybe Wolverine. I feel like Spider-Man 2 is kind of the only one because it's part of a franchise. First one did so well. It's got a lot of people that know it. Like Wolverine, first of its game franchise that it's coming out, so maybe that doesn't reach 5 million in 1 week. Again, those are kind of insane numbers. I don't expect games to do this like 5 times a year. This is a rarity. But I do think Spider-Man 2 maybe can do it from Sony. After that, I really don't know. Even the next, like, Santa Monica game, even the next God of War game, or whatever they do next in this franchise, I don't even know if it would act. I think it's, it's kind of a mixture of, it's on both PS4 and PS5. If it was only on PS5, it probably wouldn't have hit 5.1, right? So it's on both, so that's kind of a special thing. And then it was the ending part 2 of a 2-part, thing. So, like, those things don't happen too often, right? Even Spider-Man 2 could be part 2 of 3 parts, a trilogy. Wolverine is the first one. And you can keep going. A new Santa Monica game would be the first. Maybe it's a brand new IP. Nobody knows it, so there's no way it's going to sell, 5.1 in the first week. So it's a special thing that I don't really know. Maybe like a new Uncharted game with Nathan Drake or something, maybe enough to do it. There's few games. There's not that many that I can think of that would actually be able to do it. Maybe others, like maybe Legend of Zelda could probably do it when it comes out in May, but we'll see. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.